Hey everybody, how goes it? My name's Jimoar, and welcome back to Elden Ring. This is going to be all 6 endings if I did this right. So, this is one of them. If I just touch it, this is the regular. Yes. Okay. So this should work. I'm going to be upset if it doesn't, because I want to do Ronnie's last and uh, resync the save data so that when I go into New Game Plus, that's the one I'm going with. So this is the normal one.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
I don't know what I'm ruling over. Pretty much everything's dead. It look ridiculous. Okay, 2 more trophies, 2 more endings. Two at the lost table of grace in the round table hold. Alright. So that's that ending. Close. Yes. It should work now. It should put me back where I just was. I'll go do the Frenzied Flame one. Yes! Okay. Frenzied Flame. Gotta get naked for some reason. I don't know why. God, I forgot I went with this basic dude. I don't know why you have to be naked for this. You just do. This is the three fingers. Ow. Ow. Ooh, that looks horrible. Oh, I look terrible. You know what? I kind of want to do this. So they know it was I, the scarred one. Become the lord of the frenzied flame. Cool. Whoa. I am Sauron. Whoa. Fingerprints everywhere. Mm-hmm. Nothing to be said? Nope. Okay. Okay, back again. Let's see. I'm trying to do them in order of like ones I don't care as much about, the ones I'm more interested in. So next is gonna be the poo poo guys, which is the Fell Curse. There's no trophy for this one. Only trophy I have left is the uh, Ronnie ending and then the platinum.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord.
It's all gross looking.
In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
I can see why these secret ones aren't trophies because it's kind of the same exact thing.
Our seed will look back
I just
upon
look
us
back and call it this.
recall the reviled curse that defined our age.
Yeah. They're just changing the words
The
and some coloring.
blessing of despair.
Back again. We did normal, we did frenzied flame, and we did dung eater. Now we do the golden order from perfect order, whatever. The death prince is gonna be my second favorite because that was that huge quest with Hug Lady. But this was gold masks, which honestly, overall, I cared less about this one than. Oh no, I didn't. Dung eater sucked. I didn't like dung eater. He was a pain in the ass. So yeah, I do like this one better than Dung Eater. Normal's just normal. It's not. I didn't really have a feeling towards it. That's just finishing the game. And Frenzied Flame, I don't like because you could accidentally lock yourself out of every other ending.
The fallen leaves tell a story
Mm-hmm.
of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog.
Other than the pillars, this looks the same as the normal
lands
one.
between. Our seed will
How wild would it
back
be if
upon us
this is meant to be
and
like the lands
recall
between where Dark Souls is taking place and the
the
lands
age
between
of
where
order.
Bloodborne's taking place? That'd be fun. And this ending is not anything special. Back again for number 5. What? This is the one from the Hug Lady quest that was really complicated and spanning a vast amount of everything. The only one that was longer was the Stargazer one. I don't really understand the ending. I don't know how I'm restoring it when it was like that when I got here.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished
Ooh, it's raining.
became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall the age of the Duskborn.
That sounds cool. It's not that different other than rain, but that's a cool name. The Age of the Duskborn. Okay, last one. Time for my buddy, Ronnie.
The battle is over, I see. I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond.
Whoa.
Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness. Well then, shall we?
Which hand to grab?
My fair consort eternal.
That platinum. Give it to me. Yes! Oh, my first From Software platinum. This game was incredible. I love it so much. I'm so sad now. There's never been an open world game I enjoyed as much as this. Because, like, when I'm talking to people, I think I even used it in one of the streams. Ooh, I hit the mic, sorry. There's a game where I could use. I'm talking. Like I said, when I talk to people, I use Volcano Manor, and I tell them that there's never been an open world game where I could do something like, okay, I'm at Volcano Manor, they want me to kill these people, there's the markers, like that's standard side quest fare. I go kill the guys, I come back, I report. But in this game, I talked to that lady who's not even necessary to get there. I could have gotten to Volcano Manor on my own. But I talked to her, and she just like, something was in this room and never came out. And you go in there, you find a hidden room, and then you spend hours in a whole new area that you never would have found if you didn't talk to her, or if you killed her because you like to kill NPCs or something. You know, there's the two-headed dragon boss that's literally down the side of a cliff that if you don't have cat talisman or your endurance high enough, you won't survive the falls. And then you just have to roam around this empty thing. Like, if you don't have messages there at the time, or if the messages that load in yours are terrible, you just kind of have to run around until you see lay down to get that. There is just stuff hidden everywhere. And even though there are a lot of places where it seems like you're just kind of riding around to nothing, like there's not any enemies, there's no items, you're just kind of an empty space, there are so many places where there is stuff. Even like going to the Halig Tree, you have to go beneath it on invisible platforms to get to a dungeon that you would have just walked over. And I've never played a game like that before. I don't think there is a game like that. A lot of people compare it to Breath of the Wild. I didn't care for Breath of the Wild because it was all the same. It was, go to this one and solve a puzzle or do a combat challenge. And that was it. Find this other one, puzzle and combat challenge. The reward was always the same. In this game, you don't know what you're gonna get. It could be ashes, it could be a weapon, it could be armor, it could be a talisman. You don't know what you're gonna get. And I even had 2 quests bug on me. The Nefeli Lu one. She was supposed to go to Stormvale Throne, give me a level 10 Dragonstone. I don't know if it's somber or regular. And then the dude that's sitting there stomping on his head, he's a merchant. And Kenneth is also there. I don't know if he does anything. I think he just stands there. I didn't get that. I couldn't get the Frenzied Flame Talisman because the invasion of the Revenger, or whatever his name was, didn't happen simply because I was there too soon. And that bugged out on me. So I couldn't get the last eye to give to her to finish her quest and get that. Who knows if there's other quests and secrets in this game people haven't found yet. I mean, there's one wall that took 50 hits to make disappear. There could be secrets galore, there could be more quest lines. They added new characters and quests that didn't work for me in the update. They added the pot guy, and there's a whole quest line for him. Alexander, I didn't do right. The giant talking pot. I didn't do him right because I never found his first spot where I had to knock him out of a hole. I did see his second spot, so that let him get to the Radon fight. But I never finished his quest line. I don't know what you get from him. I know the guy that was out for revenge for his friend being killed and goes to Volcano Manor. He's the one that goes to the Pot Village and does something there, but he never showed up there for me. And this game was so good, and I've said this so many times, the combat was fantastic. That counter move, especially since I like using the longsword. The counter move doing the quick spin that the longsword has, that little whoop. I loved that so much. And it's so satisfying to do. It's so pleasing. Like, I could take on an army of the basic soldiers and not get bored. You could throw 1,000 of them at me and it would be so much fun. I was a little upset that they nerfed the Night and Flame sword as well as the Hoarfrost Stomp. I mean, yes, they did need to crank it down a little bit, but I think really they shouldn't have cranked it down that far. Because it kind of went from being overpowered to useless. And even at max, it should have been doing more damage, especially the Night and Flame sword. For a legendary sword, that beam should have been doing way more damage than it did after they patched it. I mean, Moonveil's still sort of broken. I didn't like it. I don't like the step back counter of the katanas. But the speed of the Moonveil's special is good for human enemies like invaders. The bosses were great. The landscapes were great. I still don't really understand the story. I get that they killed the first demigod and that was the night they broke the Elden Ring, but I don't understand, did killing the demigod break it, or did they just decide to do that at once, or did they kill the demigod and then break it? But because something went wrong and 2 demigods died at the same time instead of 1, that messed up something. That was Ronnie's questline. She was supposed to be scarred with this full mark, and that's what you do for the Hug Lady. But because 2 demigods died, she only got half the mark, and the other one that did the killing got the other half. They had to put that together, and that's the Death Prince one. But I don't really understand the lore. I don't know what fingers have to do with an Erd tree. I don't know why it's a tree. I don't know why. Like, Marika looked fine. I mean, she was strung up with a thing stabbed in her. Could I not have just pulled that out and fixed the Elden Ring? I don't understand that part. There's a lot of the story I don't get. But the quest lines and characters and stories I did understand, I liked. This game was fantastic. If you do not start over now, you can choose to begin Journey 2 later at the Table of Lost Grace in Round Table Hold. I'm going to say no for a second. I don't want to see what's in Journey 2. But what happens if I go back to Round Table Hold and talk to him? Like, is this before the decision? She's dead. The fingers are there. I mean, it's not even until they go straight up in the air that she's like, oh, the greater will. So, okay, the fingers are not God. Okay, so kind of like puts me before it, but I doubt I could do the choice again. Okay, let's see what carries over in Journey 2. The present world of Journey 1, yes. Actually, no. Yeah, I just realized if there's DLC, I could just go back to this and go in. So, let me see. It should have been like a minute or two ago. Yeah. It didn't save at the start when it loaded up, so we're good. Alright. But that's the platinum. I'm gonna check. I'll be a little grumpy if it started it on without me, but I'll be fine. I probably won't 100% a run too. Shit, it saved. Oh well. If I hear about DLC coming out, I'll just have to play through it again. That'll be fun. But yeah, if I hear them announce DLC, I'll just have to start it again in my own time and get through all the stuff. But, yeah, let me get out of this. That was Elden Ring. I'll be back. When this uploads, I'll be back tomorrow, I guess, with continuing Horizon Dawn. I would like to get the platinum for that. I don't know if I will. That one probably has a lot of off-camera stuff to do, like finding certain things. Because some of the, I know some of the machines, there's like 2 in the entire game. So I gotta make sure I like scan them. I can never tell the difference between like the Apex ones. So those ones I'd have to like look up, but we'll get back to Horizon Zero Dawn, not Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. That was Elden Ring. That was a 32, 33 part multi-hour live stream extravaganza. And I'll tell you what, that was exhausting. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.